In the year XXXX, Dr. Wily did something. So it's up to Dr. Light and friends to put a stop to Dr. Wily's latest scheme. And of course, Wily sent out his newest band of 8 Roadmasters, modified versions of the ones from Eggman 2. Greetings everyone, my name is Atterville, and I welcome you all to my live Let's Play of Rockman 2 ONN, a Rockman 2 ROM hack developed by Tatsu and released in 2016. This is essentially the predecessor to Rockman 2 Basic Master, also made by Tatsu. So without further ado, let's begin. So here's a selection of 8 Roadmasters. I'll pick the first 2 ones because otherwise some of the stages are quite a pain to go through. I'll first go through Flashman's level. First off, I like the graphics and 8-bit remixes. By the way, I played this game to completion before. For first stage, I suggest this level, or another level in particular that we'll eventually get to. As you can see, the enemies have been changed up, but of course it's expected by this point. The mini croakers are really aggressive now. And yet they're still kind of fair because they only deal 1 point of damage to me. The meds also come out much faster. If only I had item 1. And just like with most of my other ROM hack plays, I will extensively be using save states and rewinds. Another instance of why you want item 1 first. That was a checkpoint room, by the way. And now we have a modified encounter against this hot dog, which spits out tellies at me. Just wait for it to finish spitting it out. And fail to get there in time. By the way, for this game, I have the overclock turned off. Should I turn it back on? Otherwise, some of the boss battles will lag. For instance, Bubble Man's encounter. By the way, you're forced to go up here. The reason being, Yoko blocks. Mistimed it. Time to face off against Flashman. He isn't the easiest boss out of the bunch, but his attacks are a bit easier to dodge, to be honest. All the bosses in this game have essentially been overclocked, some much more than others. Flashman isn't one of the craziest examples anyways. Hi Heatman, welcome to the stream. Of course the LPR's curse is affecting me, because usually I'm able to defeat him on my first attempt, but he's deciding to be a lot more aggressive today. Yes, I know I have to use rewinds, but he doesn't usually use the flash stopper that much. And by defeating him, I get a modified flash stopper. That's better than the original, to be honest. As well as item tree. I won't use that much until I get to the fortress levels. And now, time to go through Heatman's level. I strongly advise to go through Flashman, Heatman, and Quickman's levels first. Heatman because he has item 1, Flashman because that's the weakness of Quickman, and Quickman because his weapon is one of the best ones in the entire game. And some graphics from Yoshi's Island. Sniper Joes have been made much more aggressive. They feel a lot more like sentry guns. And you can also destroy the spines. This would be so much easier without the Fan Fiend. At least I got a large life energy for my efforts. And an extra life too. This first instance of sniper armor isn't that bad actually. There's nothing up there. Time for the brutal part of this level. The background makes it hard to see what's actually solid ground, while you get assaulted by the flyboys. And that's why I wanted this weapon. Because it freezes time for about 2 seconds, but you can use it continuously. The flyboys come out of those holes, but... And yes, Yoku block section. And of course, like most other ROM hacks, the flyboys are made much more aggressive. I still like it more than the original time stop. It's great for situations like these. Of course, there are these enemies. I don't recommend you go to this stage in the early part of the game though, unless you want to use your time later. The only reason why you want this is so you can get some of the E-tanks. I'll just say it out now, this game does not suffer from the Wily Tree curse. It suffers from something far worse. And a reminder what a checkpoint is before the section. Nah, it doesn't really suffer from being a Mega Man 2 ROM hack, it suffers from having shoddy level design, really. Okay, that's what I wanted to do all this time. Again, this wouldn't be so much of a problem if I had extra lives. Or life energy, I mean. Yeah, but there's a wide range in quality between shoddy and good. And frankly, a lot of these ROM hacks would be improved if we actually had sliding. That would rectify the mobility problems. And there's Heatman, who unlike his stage is much easier. I know Joopy Hornet complained about his difficulty during his Let's Play, but honestly, he's kind of a joke. I disagree with Kyram in a lot of things, to be honest. The problem with it is some of the Forta stages and its trolliness. Anyways, by defeating Heatman, I get the Atomic Fire, and more importantly, Item 1. And next up is Quickman. Once I defeat him, I'll take selections for the next RM. The reason why I want to defeat Quickman first is because, as I said, his weapon is one of the best ones in the entire game. The thing I find most ironic about this game's Heatman is how easily his AI can be broken, and also how easy he is to contrast with the stage preceding. Okay, here it comes. You don't get that much time with these beams, by the way. Especially if you fail to make the jump. And that's why I like the time stopper so much here. This is doable without the time stopper, but it requires a lot of attempts. Welcome to the stream, Gravity Beetle. How did your date with Comet Woman go? I'm also thankful this game has a lot more pickups. Oh yeah, also the Atomic Fire. If you use this basic shot, it doesn't require any weapon energy, and it actually charges up at a reasonable rate. And its hitbox is actually a bit bigger than its graphic. Welcome to the stream, Panda. Glad you can make it. I'll eventually try it out in the future. Can't quite to make the jump. Here we go. Next one of these sections. If you're better at this than I am, you don't need to use this. But as you know, I'm pretty bad at these. That's why I love this version of Time Stopper a lot. And trust me, we haven't seen the worst enemies yet. No, it's not this one, by the way. These are actually fairly easy to dodge, to be honest. Time to face off against Quickman. Remember how I said bosses have been overclocked, some more than others? His main weapon is Invulnerability. Basically, you need to juke his AI, that's all. Frankly, from what I played, you can manipulate his AI a lot. You just need to be better at aiming. Do I have enough weapon energy for this? Yes, I do. Just like in the original, the Time Stopper destroys him. One of the more overclocked bosses. And by defeating him, we get Invincibility ×1, the best weapon in the game. It does exactly what it says on the tin. Alright, who should I go after next? Crashman it is, or rather Clashman. Oh goody, you picked one of the more difficult stages. If you're playing the game for the first time, I strongly advise you go to the stage after you defeat Heatman. You really want item 1 for this. Otherwise, there's gonna be a lot of waiting around. Sometimes his name was translated as Crushman, by the way. It is befitting to have Boomer Koanger's team. Yeah, you have to jump over the spikes there. That's why I said have item 1. Perhaps. Oh, by the way, the booby and traps are now regular enemies. I'm surprised they weren't made regular enemies sooner. And I do want that E-Tank, so let's go for it. You want to conserve enough E-Tanks for the Wily Fortress levels, particularly one encounter. This room is kind of unfair because if you don't make it to that platform in time, it will disappear. Of course, the better weapon to use would be Invulnerability, but you know how I roll. Also, a better use of these clouds. Getting into that hole though, that's kind of jerkish. And yet I got on my first attempt. When I played this stage for the first time, it took me over 5 times to get through there. Same. It's like you got a climb speed upgrade. Only problem is that Sniper Joe. Alright, here's what Quickman's weapon does. It temporarily makes me invulnerable, and there's a bug in regards to using it, which I will showcase in a later level. Halfway point, we made it to the purple background. For some reason, with this game in particular, I have some issues jumping off the edges of platforms. I don't know why, it doesn't affect the other games. See what I mean? It is the same speed, but that causes problems in the earlier sections because of all the waiting involved. Oh, that explains a lot. This is another place where you want to use the quick invulnerability. And realize you didn't press it. Again, if I wasn't so incompetent, I could get this on my first attempt. Because these Yoko block patterns aren't that bad, to be honest. There we go, it shouldn't have been that difficult. Frankly, I wish I had this more for the previous game. A gravity flower, perhaps? Here comes Crashman, another boss who's been overclocked quite a bit. He does take double damage from the busters. Okay, I can sacrifice a life. As fast as he is, his AI is actually quite exploitable as well. He seems to have also learned the art of running on the air. And by defeating him, we get crash bombs. These have one advantage over the original, where you can remotely detonate them.